Just back in my vehicle after like a nice walk. Yeah, like just to close off my point on contracts, I think that um, it's a difficult decision or discussion to have with everybody. But let's just say I touched on that before I went off on my rant about, Dubas and all that. But like, let's say you determine the ceiling of a contract is for the playoffs and your regular season is this, and maybe like somehow in some alternate universe they make a salary cap for the regular season and a salary cap for the playoffs, and you determine what value does a player get in the regular season. Like, just for an example, like if Matthews thinks he's worth 15-20 million or whatever, and the number is 12.7 for the regular season, because you got to keep everybody together. It's like you can't win with just a few people. So like I said the other day, it's like it's insulting for everybody else who makes way less than you, these superstars that kind of demand all the attention and stuff. It's the long tail, right? Chris Anderson wrote a book about this, that like marketing, every business, it's like 1, 2, and then like a huge gap between everybody else, 3 down to like a million different companies that are competing for the same. And it's just like human nature, I think, the Pareto chart or whatever you call it. It's just it's human nature that you're going to have a few people elevated to, it's like, call it power positions, right? Like the core 4 is like a power play, a power position in the organization to demand a lot of decision making, etc. It's like power tends to consolidate at the top, politics, all that crap, so I guess it'd be nice in an alternate universe if they had some kind of like performance bonus for the playoffs, and then maybe you can't skew the contract like this. If you have a regular playoff team and you're going to make the playoffs regularly, you can't make a guy's salary like 2 million in the regular season and like a gazillion in the playoffs, because you're always, so it's like it's got to have some caveats like that. But like for a guy like Matthews or whoever, if you have a guy that's like a high performance, and this is what I want to explore more with statistics, is playoff numbers. Like how do guys perform, get those slot shots, get inside. Like I know, I think it was Kipper and a few other people, they talked about how important it is to get inside in the playoffs. Maybe Johnston, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's like getting inside and getting those critical chances. They come at a premium in the playoffs. So do you do something with the salary cap in the regular season, and then you have a cap for the playoffs? And does that benefit the crown jewels like the Leafs, the original 6, etc., that have the fan base? Is that detrimental? I haven't really thought about it. Is it detrimental for other teams that can't afford to pay to create a playoff team or to give those incentives out? But something like that in some kind of alternate league would be interesting thought experiment, because I think your guys like I think Biz or somebody mentioned Justin Williams, or somebody said that the other day, I think in their commentary, that like a guy like Justin Williams, or like your Krejci type guys or whatever, they're like your heart and soul, your Bergevans, like I don't know, just guys like that kind of step up their game in the playoffs. And obviously the top of your salary, the control and the power, those guys are going to get watched like a hawk in the playoffs, because it means a lot more too. So you can't necessarily blame them for a loss, but guys tend to rise up because there's a lot of line matching, and special draws and things like that in the playoffs that aren't necessarily a concern in the regular season. So I'll leave it at that. Good for now. Cheers.